What's good, y'all, and welcome to my review for Avatar: The Way of Water. What a fucking film. My god, bro. This film is an absolute motherfucking masterpiece. Did you expect anything less from me for about this movie, ladies and gentlemen? My god, this film is a masterpiece, a masterclass in cinema. This film is absolutely cool. The best way I can describe this, and just the overall weight for Avatar, The Way of Water is. Imagine if Alita Battle Angel was the appetizer to whet your palate, to satiate your appetite. While Avatar: The Way of Water is the full four-course meal you waited over an hour for, that still, even after everything, completely obliterated your expectations and was some of the greatest food you ever had. That is this movie. This film it's probably, well, it is one of the best sequels ever made. But would you expect anything less from James fucking Cameron? No, you do not. First and foremost, I should preface the review by saying this to any newcomers coming to the channel through this video. If you are expecting an objective, constructive, non-biased review of this film, you have come to the wrong place, good sir. What you will get here is a James Cameron fanboy sucking his dick. That is what you will get in this review. Seriously, bro, like, y'all know me. I love James Cameron. I basically worship the ground this man walks. Every film he makes is a masterpiece. I worship this man like he is a god. Like he is fucking whatever the god of the Na'vi is. I can't remember her name. I just got the movie too, and I can't remember what the god that the Na'vi worship. But anyway, it's like that, you know. And Kojima, I've liked that with Kojima as well. The guys are also longtime fans. But yeah, man. I fucking love this movie. Like, there's a lot to Thomas movie, but I'm gonna keep this review spoiler free. I'm not gonna do a separate spoilers discussion for this video just because I don't want to, and plus I also got to, because it's also getting kind of late. I still have the comic reacts I still gotta record, so, and plus I'm sure there's other people that can get way more in depth about that kind of stuff than I can. There's not really that much too much I wouldn't even want to talk about anyway, but yeah. I'm gonna try to keep this review as spoiler-free as possible, though there might be some minor spoilers in this review. Nothing that you haven't already, nothing too crazy that wasn't already in the trailers. But yeah, man. Anyway, guys, I fucking love this. Yeah. Anyway, enough of me rambling. Let's just jump right. So the movie is, of course, directed by the GOAT, James Cameron, and star Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, Kate Winslet, Stephen Lang, and Mae Martin. The plot of Avatar: The Way of Water is Jake, Sully, and Neytiri have formed a family that are doing everything to stay together. However, they must leave their home and explore the regions of Pandora. When an ancient threat resurfaces, Jake must fight a difficult war against the humans. Okay, first thing and foremost, you gotta talk about the performances. First off, Sam Worthington, I thought he was great as Jake once again. He was great in the first movie. I thought he was fantastic in this one as well. Zoe Saldana, just like in the first movie, this woman is acting her fucking ass off, man. Like, bro, give this woman a goddamn Oscar, man. She should definitely get nominated for Best Actress, man. Neytiri's not into the movie as much as she was in the first one, but when she is, bro, Neytiri's fucking awesome, man. Like I said, Zoe Saldana's performance was absolutely incredible, man. Sigourney Weaver is kind of interesting because you guys know that she plays a 14-year-old girl named Kiri. And no lie, though, when I was watching the movie, there were certain scenes where I'm like, mostly between her and Jake, where I'm like, this must have looked fucking ridiculous on set. Like on the movie, everything looks good, but you know, when you have a 70-year-old woman, you know, like clinging to like a 40-year-old man, and she's like supposed to be the daughter, it must have looked completely ridiculous on set with some of the scenes between them, like on set, man. Like, oh, there's certain things where I'm like, this must have looked absolutely ridiculous when they were actually shooting it. But she was great, man. I know a lot of people were complaining and kind of mentioning about her voice doesn't fit the character and everything, which honestly, I didn't have a problem with. She doesn't even really sound that much younger. I mean, she sounds a little bit younger than she usually does, but nothing too crazy, nothing that distracting. She also just sounded more British to me, man. Like, honestly, I didn't really find Sigourney Weaver's voice in this movie to be that distracting or anything, but one thing, oh my god, we gotta talk about this, bro. The 3D. Holy Jesus, the 3D, bro. You guys know, I saw this movie in IMAX 3D. you guys know that for the first Avatar movie, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in past reactions. I saw the movie in both a regular standard 2D, standard movie theater experience, what you get on the Blu-rays and everything. I then saw when my parents and my family just in general had a small vacation and had a vacation in Guam. That's when we saw it in IMAX 2D, and then we finally got back to Japan. We along with my friends at the time, along with his mom. We then finally saw the movie in 3D. So we saw it basically in every format but IMAX 3D. So this is the first time I got to see Avatar in full IMAX 3D glory. And Jesus Christ, bro, the 3D! Oh my God, bro! 3D, IMAX 3D is the only way you can experience movie. If I catch any of you motherfuckers watching me in anything less than IMAX 3D, I will gouge out your fucking eyes, bro. The 3D was godly, bro. It really, I don't give a fuck what you think of 3D. I don't give a damn. It gives you headaches. Just bring a whole bottle of aspirin with you and pop them shits like 2006 Kurt Angle, bro. I don't care if it gives you a headache. I don't care if you think it's a stupid gimmick. Watch this movie in IMAX 3D, bro. It is worth it. The 3D is insane, bro. You know the shot from the trailers of when we see Neytiri kind of moving through the bushes? That's probably one of the first full 3D shots you've seen. I'm like, oh my God. Bro, my jaw was on the floor for a majority of this movie with the 3D. The 3D looks absolutely insane, and seeing how good the 3D is, which isn't really that surprising if you guys have seen James Cameron's Password. Of course, if you saw Avatar 1 in IMAX 3D, he's basically the only director that knows how to use it properly. When I was watching when I saw how good 3D was, first off, it made me even more annoyed that I didn't get to see Alita Battle Angel in IMAX 3D when that was out, man, because I'm sure the 3D for that movie was also fantastic. But it also makes me really sad and makes me really wish I was able to see both Titanic and T2 when they were both re-released in 3D, man, given how good it looked like in Way of the Water, bro. Yo, like I said, guys, the 3D looks absolutely insane. It really does help with the immersion of the film, man, and it just looks stunning, man. I was shocked at how good the 3D was, but James Cameron, man, I don't know what fucking wizardry he uses when they move, but he knows how to use 3D properly, man. And oh my God, the 3D in this movie looked absolutely insane. Speaking of 3D, another thing we gotta talk about are the visuals and those fucking water physics, bro. The water. Holy Jesus, the water. You want to know what's funny? And this is something I love about James Cameron, is that he always gets the last laugh. No matter what, James Goldwyn always gets the last laugh. Whether it's making producers bend to his will, or making film Twitter look like a bunch of fucking dumbasses. Because if y'all don't remember, back in 2018, when Aquaman came out, James Cameron said that the water CGI movie looked like shit. And everyone on film Twitter was trying to clown on him for that. Yet, who's laughing now, bitch? You're like, bro, the water. You have never seen water look this fucking good before. I mean, there is so much added detail. First off, last night I went back and rewatched the first Avatar movie just to sort of refresh myself on the movie before I saw Way of the Water. And well, the CGI and everything for the first Avatar movie still holds up really well, man. It definitely does start to show its age in certain places. One of them kind of being skin tones a little bit in certain scenes, and you really get to see that Way of the Water with just how much the technology has advanced since the first movie, because the skin tones look a lot better. There's a lot more added detail. You often see when characters start to sweat and everything, you see little reflections on their skin, a deeper blue on the Na'vi. At least for Jake and their tribe of the Na'vi, and that group of the Na'vi, man, and the water. Oh my God, the water, the water looks amazing. You've already seen parts of it in the trailers and everything, but in the actual movie, man, it looks even more, especially with the IMAX 3D, bro. Oh my God. The shot where you have to get to see characters coming up from the water, you see all the water dripping down from them. The hair is one of the biggest things that really shows you just how much better this looks like to Aquaman and other movies that do the dry for wet thing. Is the hair. The hair looks so fucking good, and just the overall transition from water back to dry land. You see the droplets and everything from the water, and just it drain coming down from their hair, bro. Oh my God. The water, and just how the water moves and everything, it's how it looks. I'm like, This water looks so fucking good. Like, oh, like there hasn't been a movie that in a while where I was this excited to see the behind the scenes for it, the behind the scenes featurettes when the Blu-ray comes out, because like the first movie, you will be asking yourself, based throughout the entire 3 hour and 12 minute long runtime, how the fuck did they film this? Like, there are so many shots where I'm like, how did y'all film this? Like, oh, the water. Like I said, the water looks so fucking good, man. And the water alone, just how good it looks, can tell you all you need to know why this movie took like 13 years to develop. Which, to put that in perspective for you guys, I was 9 years old when the first movie came out. I'm currently now 23 years old, bro. Like, so yeah, it's been a minute, man. And like I said, that's why I kind of made up the analogy of Alita Battle Angel kind of being like the appetizer for us before we finally got to see the way of the water, man. Cause yeah, and it definitely was worth the wait, man, if you ask me, man. The water looks amazing, bro. But another thing, back to the visuals, that also looks incredible of that movie. The 3D I mentioned looked amazing. The CGI, of course, looks amazing with the motion capture and the water. But oh my god, the cinematography! Oh, the directing! Oh my goodness, bro! Like, this movie is absolutely stunning to look at. Like, obviously, there's the motion capture and the water physics and all that shit, which we've already mentioned before. But just the overall shots of the movie, man. This movie is such a feast for the eyes, man. The cinematography is so good. And listen, y'all know I'm not someone like High Top that harps on Marvel movies looking boring and shit, and having like not having much cinematic language to them and everything, because it just doesn't really bother me, and I just don't particularly care that much about it. But when you see how good the cinematography and the directing is in this movie, it does make you wonder, why do Marvel movies look so bland? It's clearly not the green screens, how much they rely on green screens, because this movie's like 90% CGI, and this is one of the best looking movies I've seen in like the last couple of years. Easily one of, if not the best looking movie I've seen this year. Like, before that, I thought it was probably going to be like the Batman, which I would say Avatar Way of Water has thrown that one as probably the best looking movie of the year, man. But like, it does make you wonder why Marvel movies look so boring, when clearly you can make a movie like this look great. Like, it's clearly not the green screens that are making Marvel movies look the way they are, man. But yeah, when I was watching it and just saw how good the cinematography was, I'm like, this does make you question why Marvel movies do look as boring as they do, to be fair, man, and as bland as they do. But yeah, man, oh my god. Another thing, the music. Oh, the music in this movie is absolutely fucking legendary, man. And I also gotta say this right now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was moved to fucking tears watching this movie, man. Like, there were, mostly during the ending, which I won't spoil, but there were like a couple times during the end of the movie, man, where I did start to tear up a little bit. And a lot of it did come down to the music, man, because the music in this movie is so fucking phenomenal. It's not the same composer as was for the first one, because the original composer ended up passing away during the development of this movie, so they ended up switching composers for this movie. But whoever the composer was for this movie, man, he did a fantastic job, man, and just amazing. The music in this movie is amazing. Honestly, I would probably say the music in this movie is better than the music and the music that was in the original Avatar, if you ask me, man. Like, it looked absolutely insane. It looked absolutely incredible, man. The music was amazing. I love the soundtrack for this movie, man. Of course, the other songs they were playing, like the Weekend track at the end credits as well, was also a really good song as well. But yeah, the music in this movie is just fantastic across the board, man. Another thing I gotta say, I definitely liked what they did with Courage. I really like that they brought him back as a villain once again for this movie. I won't get into too much details on how he's been brought back from the dead and why he is currently an Avatar now, but all I'll say is I like what they did with his character and how they expanded on his character from the first movie, man. And I thought they did. And I thought he once again was a great villain. And as we see, of course, I love the little callbacks they had to the first Avatar movie. I thought those were all really well done, especially with the final shot. Perfect, peak fiction, peak cinema. I absolutely love the final shot of this movie, man. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna get into more details other than that, man. But other than, oh my god, I fucking love it, man. But yeah, some of y'all might be wondering, oh Glenn, what were your problems with the movie? What flaws did you have with the movie? What kind of movie you think this is, bro? This is James Cameron. Man don't have flaws. None of his movies, all his movies are fucking perfection, bro. They have no flaws. Okay. All right. In all seriousness, though, no, in all seriousness, I did have one minor flaw with the movie that I wish got expanded upon, and that's with Spider, one of Jake Sully's kids, one of the adopted ones. All I'll say about this is that I wish they expanded on his character because he really does nothing in the movie, really doesn't do much, and there was one thing that I thought was really cool about him that I wish got expanded on it way more than it actually ended up getting in the final film. I mean, bro, the movie's already 3 hours and 12 minutes. Another 10 minutes ain't gonna, why not add another 10 minutes? You know what I mean? And expanding more on Spider and what they introduced with him. And yeah, I wish that kind of like the whole what they introduced with Spider and kind of like what's kind of like his crux throughout the rest of the movie got expanded on way more than it ended up getting it. I'm trying to stay as spoiler free as possible, so I won't go much more in depth than that. But yeah, I did wish they expanded on Spider's character a bit more. Speaking of the runtime, let's talk about the runtime real quick. Some of you guys might be wondering what I overall thought of the runtime and if I thought the pacing was well done. As you guys know, the movie's 3 hours and 12 minutes, very long. But honestly, the pace of the movie is great, and you really don't even really feel the runtime. Like I didn't really feel it at all. I thought the pacing was great. There weren't any real scenes or parts of the movie where I thought like really slowed down or I found it particularly boring. Like you don't really feel the runtime. Although I won't lie, I really did have to start to piss like around the end of the movie. I was like, God, I gotta piss, bro. Like, and the funny thing is, I was so moved and enthralled by the final act of the movie that even though my bladder was on the verge of exploding, my ass did not leave that goddamn seat till after the credits roll because I was so enthralled and moved by the movie by that point that I just had to sit there and process it all and just listen to the god tier music and oh my god, bro. One other thing I gotta say, and this is probably where we'll end the video off because I've sung its praises enough, man, and I've sucked James Cameron's dick enough for y'all. That this absolute mad lad, after the movie ends, after I got probably one of the biggest highs in the movie theater that I've gotten since like Avengers Endgame with the final shot, man. Like, this man's like, no, motherfucker, I ain't done yet. I ain't done making film tour look like a bunch of idiots, bro. Because then this man does like another 2 minutes of just him giving you some of the most gorgeous ocean shots you have ever seen, bro. I'm like, bro, stop flexing. My body can only take so much peak. I'm never gonna be able to enjoy movies ever again, bro. For the love of God, stop. And then he ends with this gorgeous shot of a whale, and I'm like, bro, stop flexing, please. I'm begging you, bro. I'm never gonna be able to enjoy movies ever again if you keep going this hard, bro. Stop. Like, bro, it was insane. Like I mentioned before, the music is amazing in this movie, man. But yeah, I think that's about everything I can say about Avatar: The Way of Water without getting into spoilers, man. And just, yeah, this film is a fucking masterpiece. So of course, my final verdict for Avatar: The Way of Water is a 10! Out of fucking 10, ladies and gentlemen. And you bet your ass I'm hyped for the sequels as well as the new game Ubisoft is cooking up, man. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. As always, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on my socials if you feel like it. Links down the below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
You